Hey guys, it is Trey, and I am here with my friend Mauri. I'm all about origin stories. And when I met Mauri, I was super, super excited to hear what she does, who she serves, and the evolution of her business. So I can't wait for you to get to hear this origin story. Mauri, can you just tell us what you do for people? What's been the very beginning? And then we'll kind of get to where you are now.
Well, after 31 years of entrepreneurship, I really wanted to do something to pay back the community. And I'm a very much pay it forward person. In fact, my pay it forward business method is one of the things that I attribute to being so successful over the years. And this idea came up to me a few years ago, and it actually came from God. I was praying one day and I said, I want to be able to help business owners who are struggling. And I don't know how to do it, but I need your help. And the next morning, I woke up with this entire business plan in my head. And I'm like, I think that came from God. It sure didn't come from me. And I started it, but then some different things happened in my life and I had to put it on hold. It just, it wasn't the right time. And recently I decided, you know what? It's time to start up again. Some different things came into my life, different people. And I'm like, you know what? It's time. It's time to do this. I want to help people. And now is the time. And so I designed this so that small businesses who were in need, like in the starting phases of their business, like brand new or a
Mm.
nonprofit who they're struggling, and I know what that's like. I wanted to help them and have people go to their businesses. And then I also knew that there were plenty of businesses that were well established that
Mm.
love to take a few of their advertising dollars and put it towards a pay it forward advertising. And I also know that our communities are always willing to help our businesses. So I put
Yeah.
all of that together. And first came the website and then a platform. Now, the website works like this. You have two different levels that you can do.
Mm.
For $9.99 a month, a small business that is brand new or a nonprofit can have several benefits. What's interesting, though, is when I created all of this, I'm kind of tech challenged. Of course, I had to have people help me create the website and everything. But I found out something really exciting.
What
As
did you
many
find out?
as many benefits as I'm giving everyone, there's a big benefit that I didn't know existed, and that is because of the massive, complicated website that we came up with. It's going to be amazing for these people. They're going to get what's called off-page SEO. And that is huge. Everyone who knows what SEO is knows that that's huge for your website
Yes.
and your business. Well,
Exactly. It's one of those building blocks of your website. It's how search engines are going to find you. And I know that people spend thousands of dollars a month to create the best optimization for their websites. So, what did you find out?
so I found out that all of the businesses, the ones who are brand new, the nonprofits, and the pay it forward business people, are all going to get this off-page SEO. It's just an added bonus that we didn't even expect. It started out that benefits for the businesses in need were just being on a national directory, getting public promotion, social media, a membership to a private collaborative community, free webinars, courses, tips, resources, discounts. I mean, we had all of these really crazy things set up for everyone to use. And for the pay it forward businesses, we were going to give those businesses all of the same benefits, but also the opportunity to be mentors if they choose and have courses and discounts and things like that for the people that needed it in the group.
So, I know that you mentioned that there was a community involved. How do these things come together? I know you said there's a national directory, there's ways for them to get noticed on that, but then there's also this community part. Where's that community coming in?
That is the really cool thing. I found out that I could do my own platform, not one of the normal social media platforms that everybody has, but a Step Up Referrals has its own platform. In that platform is a general discussion area where people can post and talk to each other. It's even got messaging. It's so cool because there are groups. Like you can do groups by industry. maybe groups by city. People can join these groups, and we can start groups for them as well, but they can join these groups and talk to each other and help each other and have that camaraderie
Mm.
within their industry, within their town. And also on the platform are courses and classes. And if that wasn't enough, we also have been brokering deals with different businesses to give super discounts to everyone who is in the Step Up Referrals family. I mean, whether you are a brand new business, a nonprofit, or a pay it forward business, everyone will get a deal from these businesses we've been talking to. It's specifically for the Step Up Referral people. And I'm so excited because we will be saving them money. We will be giving them tips and courses and information. We will be giving them a network that they can, learn from and meet new people. All for either $9.99 a month, which is like an expensive coffee, or $29.99 a month, which is like a dinner out. And
I've got to ask you a quick question.
yeah,
So you're talking about everything that they're getting. How did you come up with that price? Because SEO is super expensive and backlinks, I've been doing some research on my own to prepare for this interview, and I found that that's super expensive as well. How did you come up with that price?
I didn't want anyone to be left out. I didn't want price to be an issue.
Yeah,
I didn't want anyone to say, I just don't have the money. I want these
right.
businesses to succeed. It's important that everyone succeeds. It's my passion to help small businesses. I didn't want money to be a reason for them to say no. And the $29.99 for the established, business owners that want to pay it forward, they're probably spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a month right now on advertising. And I thought, you know what? $29.99 is like pennies on the dollar for them to move over to a pay it forward mission,
Yeah,
pay it forward advertising. And I knew that they wouldn't complain about that. I knew they'd be like, wow, that's a really good deal. Of course, I'll pay $29.99 a month
right.
to help others.
And I think it's really great to have both of these price points. One that when you are just starting out, that you can only afford a little bit. Yes, like you were saying, just give up your fancy coffee and then be able to get connected and have all these amazing options for them. The other thing that I think is so incredible is that in those first 5 years of businesses, that's when most businesses fail.
Yes.
And what if they could have had just a little bit of help? My mind goes back to my parents. My dad has been an entrepreneur for 50 years, and couldn't he have used something like this 50 years ago? He was Vietnam veteran, decided to go off on his own from the family business, and something just like this could have helped him. And I think that's what gets me really excited, because there aren't a lot of opportunities for the underdog. There aren't a lot of people that are rooting for them to help them get to the next level. And not only are you providing that SEO backlink, the support that they need, the advertising, but also education and
Yes.
courses and mentoring and all these deals that you are brokering for them. This is going to be revolutionary.
Even 31 years ago when I started my businesses in the very beginning, I wish there would have been something like this. There was so
Yeah.
much I didn't know. I mean, some of these courses we have in there are just about basic fundamentals of business. Some are
Mm,
about marketing, some are about branding. I mean, there's all kinds of courses in there. But if that would have been available to me for
yeah.
$9.99 a month, I mean, and just to be able to ask some questions, like that's
Right.
what's so awesome about the platform. People can, in the general discussion area, you can ask anyone anything, throw a question out there and
Hmm.
there will be people that are going to answer. And then in the groups, when you pick a group, whether it's for your industry or your city or what have you, there's going to be someone in there you can talk to. Like you're not all
Yeah.
alone. You have people that are there, riding this out with you or have already been there that can say, hey, been there, done that. And this is what worked for me. I mean, Yes, it
Yes.
would have been amazing to have something like that when I first started.
I know that my solopreneur journey was super lonely in those first years because there wasn't a lot of other people doing what I do. There wasn't anybody to talk to. I mean, I had a dog, I didn't have kids yet. And my husband, he could share a little bit in the camaraderie, but since it was a knitting business, there wasn't a lot that he was really able to chat about. So I would have loved to be able to connect in a way like this with other individuals who are maybe artists like myself or creatives. I think it's going to be a wonderful way for entrepreneurs to connect with each other, learn from each other, and then supporting each other. That's the other element that I love. I read Bob Berg's book, The Go Giver, and in it, he talks about adding value. And I see this as a place to add value, to give more than you're getting. And isn't that what life is about? You know?
Yes. Yes. I love paying it forward. I mean, you reap what you sow. I mean, you can look
Mhm.
at that in a lot of different ways. And I'm not saying that absolutely everything you put out, you get back, good or
Right,
bad. I
right.
don't believe in that. But I do know that when you are out spreading good around, good does come back to you somehow or another. And
Yeah.
it always has for me in business. That's why my pay it forward business method has been so um, great for me. I just go out and I help people and help people and help people. And
Mm,
it just great things come my way. And I'm like, there has to be a way for me to have a pay it forward
mhm.
creation that will help
Yes.
others. I absolutely love it. And I have to say, I'm super excited because I'm going to be helping not just a few businesses at a time, because I've been a
Mhm.
business consultant as one of the businesses that I have and have had. It's not just about helping like one person at a time or group
Yeah.
coaching or whatever. I literally get to help thousands of businesses.
Mhm.
It's just, and it fills my heart. I don't know what else to say.
Well, I have a question. So you said that people are going to be able to search by city. So can you explain a little bit about how the website's set up? I'm trying to get an idea in my mind for how it works. I'm familiar with a couple different directories, but how is yours different? Or maybe how is it the same? How can we search for businesses? How can we find them on the website?
That's one of the coolest parts. So if it's your city that you're looking for a business, or if it's, you're traveling and you're in another city, you search the city that you are in or that you're going to, and you look for the type of business that you're looking for, whether it's a restaurant or whatever type, or maybe you're traveling and you got a flat tire and you need a mechanic or
Oh,
something.
yeah.
I mean, you just never know what people are going to need, right? So you look in that city and see if there is a business that is either brand new or nonprofit that you can use first. I always say, please try them first.
Yeah.
And then if not, then, and because they will be labeled, there will be two groups, the businesses in need and then the pay it forward businesses.
Mhm.
I want to help them all. I mean, obviously, this is for businesses that need your help the most, but we want to also, if you can't find someone in that area, please go to the pay it forward businesses. We want to support them for supporting all of this.
Yeah.
You look at that part of your city, like what you're looking for, whatever type of business it is or businesses, and the coolest part is it's not just their name and their address. Okay. They have the option of the businesses all have the option of putting in all of their social media, their address, their hours, and a video and a gallery of pictures. So if they have a video that they want to share with the world to tell them what they actually do, you'll see that. I mean, there's so much. There's a lot more information. It's not like back in the day of a phone book where you
Yeah.
just saw a name and a name, address, and phone number. And then online, you see like these directories and they have, a name and a website, maybe a picture or something. But
Mhm.
this is a little bit more extensive in what
Yeah.
you're going to find.
That's incredible. So, um, the other thing that I was thinking, it's cities nationwide. It's not just in Michigan where I'm at or in Arizona where you're at. It's a nationwide directory. So no matter where I am in the United States, maybe other places too. Is this just the United States?
Well, right now it is, but I actually have some Canadian businesses that are looking at it that are like, "Can we
That's
do?"
incredible.
I know, and I talked to the web developers that are developing the site, and they're like, "Well, yeah, any city that shows up, on a map, we can do." I
Amazing.
would probably have to keep it to English speaking countries though, because I can't imagine translating into like hundreds of
Right.
languages of
That's right.
Yes, I believe that Canada will probably be the second country after the United States. But yes, every city in the country, any city, as we build. Now it's going to take some time. I hope
Sure.
nobody gets frustrated because at first the city isn't going to necessarily have a business available
Right.
today. It's going to take a little time to build this up.
Maury, what I think is really interesting is it takes one, right? Look at Facebook. How did that start? Mark Zuckerberg had the idea. It started in his college. Then, as different people were hearing about it, they wanted in their college and their college. And then it went colleges only. And then from there, people were like, but I want Facebook, but I want Facebook. I can't have Facebook unless I have edu on the end of my email. No, the people demanded it and it grew that way. And that's how I see something like Step Up Referrals as being where you want it and it's going to grow. It will just grow exponentially from that because it just takes one person saying, this is what we want, right?
Right. Right. And it will snowball because once people start seeing it, they're actually going to be asking for
Yep.
businesses to be on there. And yes, it's going to grow exponentially. I can see that already. And you know what? My heart is so full because not only am I going to be helping all these businesses to, get the communities to step up and refer, because that's how the name came about. But when I found out about this tech stuff, okay, like I said, I'm quite tech challenged, but can you imagine the surprise to me when I found out that it was going to exponentially, literally exponentially give them off-page SEO for their websites.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I really got blown away. I have to tell you one more bonus, not just their website, but their social media. I was like, are you kidding me? Is that really going to happen? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, whoa. So someone that doesn't even have a website, maybe they only have a Facebook page. Maybe they don't have the money. Maybe a brand new business doesn't even have the money for a website yet.
Hmm.
Like, you're kidding. You mean it's really gonna give an SEO to their Facebook page? And they're like, "Yeah." And I said, "Another bonus." I mean, like, this just keeps growing and exponentially, my favorite word, all these benefits. It just keeps more and more and more. So I am actually super excited to maybe be on your show again at some point because I would love to tell everyone just how many more things we come up with
Yeah.
for
I
everyone.
I think it's super incredible and really inspiring to hear your story, to hear what you're doing, to know that you started as an entrepreneur 31 years ago, that several years ago you had this dream and that now you're actualizing it. I think that's so encouraging, especially to people who've been in business for a really long time, or maybe they've had this idea that they've been mulling over and it just hasn't actualized yet. I think it's incredible to hear your story. If you could communicate to that person who's maybe in that space of like, I've had this idea for a while, I really want to do it. What would be your top three things that you would tell them they need to do to make this happen?
Well, first of all, they need to check and make sure that it is something that people want and need. We're
Right.
in
Yeah.
our economy right now isn't the greatest, and a lot of times people aren't necessarily buying things that they don't need. It's just
Mhm.
things that they want but don't really need.
Yeah.
Make sure that there's really a need for it, and find out. The second thing would be find out how you can be different. What is unique about you? There are some elements to what Step Up Referrals is doing that are similar to other things out there,
Sure.
but I've got some key factors, some key
Yes.
elements that are making it completely unique. You want to be unique. And then third thing is to start telling your story, because when you tell your story and people hear it, they want to help you. They want to help you grow.
Exactly.
And those would be three things that I would. And be patient, because Rome wasn't built in a day, but it was built on every day. you have to be persistent and take a leap of
Yes.
faith.
I love that. You said every day work the business. That's what I think people miss. I appreciate your time today. Thank you so much for sharing your origin story with us. And we will be looking for more from Step Up Referrals. And you can find out information at stepupreferrals.com, level 1 or level 2. And thanks so much, Maury.
Thank you for having me. Have a wonderful day.